All right, today I am going to show you all how to read a credit card offer. And what we're looking at right here is called a Schumer Box. And the reason it's called a Schumer Box is because the guy that came up with it, his name was Schumer. And so this was done in order for credit card statements to be easy to understand for anyone. And so the different pieces of this credit card offer. Here we've got the annual percentage rate. This is the interest rate that you are going to be paying on your card. And so obviously with borrowing, you want to get the lowest interest rate possible because if you carry a balance at all, which is not a good idea, but if you do, you are going to get charged interest, and it can be very costly. Here we have the APR for a balance transfer. So if you had one card at a 24% APR and you wanted to move that onto a card with a lower APR, with a better rate, then you could do what's called a balance transfer and transfer the balance from one card to another card. There usually is some type of a fee that will apply to do this. This is APR for cash advances. It's never a good idea to borrow cash against your credit card, but if you did, this is what you would be paying. So if you wanted to take out a loan and you wanted to do that through your credit card and borrow money directly from your credit card, this is what you would have to pay, 21.99%, which is extremely high and is going to wind up costing you a lot. This is the penalty APR. Penalty APR kicks in if you're paying your bill late, if you have gone beyond your credit limit, if you made some kind of a payment for your credit card that ended up getting returned. This is what would happen. Your interest rate would jump from whatever it was up here up to this high rate of 28.99%. And this is typically going to apply for at least 6 consecutive payments. Until you've made 6 payments on time, you're going to be stuck with this really high penalty APR. This here says how you can avoid paying interest on purchases. This is going to be your grace period. So if you don't want to have to pay interest and you're planning on paying off your bill in full, this tells you how many days you have to be able to do that. Minimum interest charge. If your bank is going to charge you interest, they are going to set a minimum. So even if you only earned, if you only ended up owing 3 cents in interest, they're going to go ahead and they're going to charge you at least the minimum interest. And that's where you can see this is right here. Also, we've got fees. There's quite a few fees associated with credit cards. There's a lot of times there'll be an annual fee that you'll have to pay every year. There may be a fee for setting up your account. If you wanted to get an additional card, so for your spouse or for your kid, you could get an additional card, but there would be a fee. And then here is going to be your transaction fees. So this tells you the specifics for things like balance transfers, cash advances, if you made a transaction overseas. And then these are the penalty fees that are going to show you what you have to pay if you make a late payment, if you go over the limit, or if your payment gets returned. And then the last couple things, this is how your balance is calculated. There are several different ways that they can do it. They can do average daily balance, including new purchases, or average daily balance excluding new purchases, and this will tell you all about the different ones. And then here, loss of introductory APR. If the time period expires and you no longer are in that introductory period, then your interest will increase to a certain rate.